Hi, my name is Bryce Abell, and I'm reading my poem called Topography in response to the sculpture Topography. Slice of life. And I used to think, and I used to think that, and I used to think that, and I used to think that the dirt compacts under truncheon toes in thawing thistle fields of podzol poured down the throat of the Danube. A cold wind blew glass shards skyward with the smoke, and I thought I saw pockmarks in the political topsoil, tiny indentations, stark and shadowy in their depth, the pores of a distressed landscape to starve in the nascent summer under eastern lazuli skies, grain like golden crosses uncropped, bales in the blast furnace of a casus belli, the belly of three broken empires, to thrash faintly in humid craters, humanity like bubbles in the mud. These are them. Burnt and bastardized, I used to think that the ground was solid, that holes filled, that I used words to cut corners in a relict planet and made misery microcosmic. To think is to cordon four corners of black earth, bake it raw in a fluorescent kiln, to pepper the tender flesh with white pulverized people and gray window fragments, to color red mud and bloodless stones with concrete powder and stir. I stirred at the sight of supple light poured over polyester from an unflinching bulb, burrowing bare inches into the soil with its apocalyptic silence, with its faint stench, with all former civilizations refrigerated on gallery floors, cooling under resin blankets to rest. I saw a square of fake dirt and felt war in its most feeble form. I used words and letters, and I filmed a segment of reality, a slice of life.
Hello, I'm Jared. This is Gardener, a response to Topography. The gardener was done. Plants withering, spring burgeoning, the cycle returning. No, it wasn't winter that brought the melancholy and the drinking and the weeping and spitting and crying at the sky. It was the cycle of things, the sun rise and set, the petal fall and rest, the cars that pass and pass. The gardener wanted no more of it, no more of the planting and replanting and trimming. He wanted no more, no more. The gardener was always either crying or laughing or silent in serious thought or empty. Occasionally anger, frustration, almost to the point of yelling at those cars like a ceaseless river of them. Passing, 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 cars and cars and cars all around the garden and the median. But he never did yell at them. The faceless metal engines would not hear. He breathed and sighed out the anger and moved on until the cry or laugh again, and went back to the serious or empty thought as he planted a crepe myrtle there, retrieved a plastic bag from the bushes here. But this time, at the approach of spring, the gardener was done and wanted no more. Curiously enough, or oddly enough, or coincidentally enough, the gardener didn't know if things occurred by chance or some other event or unnameable. It was in this dark time of burgeoning spring and blinding passion when a small, light red ant, almost faint, almost ghostly ant, appeared on this mound of untilled ground. The ant, silent and crawling across as though forging ahead, advancing into the new territory where no ant had been before, but doing it without second thought. Doing what this ant had to do. Like a fulfillment, like a prayer, like the ant was showing the gardener, like it was saying, "This is it. There is only now. All might slip in a second, but here I am, going on and on through all. Here I am now." That nearly brought the gardener to tears. In fact, he did cry, and the plants received that cry, and because of those tears they lived to breathe another sunrise and set, on and on, toward they knew not. But leaves lost, so many leaves lost, forgotten, undone. but continue they did as continue they must. The next year, the gardener felt this way again, crying seriously now, like the whole world weighed down and every tear drop raining down. But cars cannot see. Why wouldn't it stop? To what end? And to what end, even if it did stop, the cycle would go on, and all going on as though what? There wasn't much to it, perhaps. There was something gentle in the growth of the blue plumbago petal, something innocent in the rise and fall, the shadow in crevices across the soil's surface, something horrid, but something forgiving, something fallen, but something else, something that grew and faded, then continued to grow some more.